Oh. Oh. Why aren't you coming out? Right then, welcome back to the channel and part 2 of my own personal Touareg build. So if you watched the previous video, I went ahead and purchased this Touareg Escape. As far as I'm aware, it is or was the cheapest available Escape model in the UK at £6,750. And today we're finally getting onto the good stuff. So the wheels have arrived, I've had the tyres a while, the light bar and the lights we stock. So we're going to make a start in doing what I'm going to call quick wins. So I'm a bit pushed for time today, so I'm hoping I can get the tyres on the wheels on the car, the light bar pretty much straight bolt on. We'll get the lights bolted on but not wired in yet, and then later on in this video we'll get to some more stuff, which would include the lift kit and possibly some more modifications. So if you want to see what we're going to do with this, make sure you stick with us for the rest of this video. But for now, let's get cracked on and get the tyres on the wheels. So the tyres are now on the wheels, all balanced up pretty well. It's probably a good time to let you know what size these are. So I've gone for a 265, 65, 18. I am aware that when I put these on, they are going to scrub a little bit, because at the minute it's still on the standard ride height. So I'm hoping, obviously, when it is lifted on the 2-inch lift kit that we're going for, it shouldn't scrub, or if it does, it'll be something that we can sort pretty easily. But for now, we're just going to bolt them up and yeah, see what they look like on. Hopefully they don't scrub too much and I can drive it home. So let's get cracking. I know we don't even put chrome caps on a car. They're going in bin. Moment of truth. Tell you what, it looks pretty good. Looking pretty good. The wheels are on. And one thing that's annoying me already is these old crusty bolts. So one of the first things I'm going to do tomorrow is change them for some new ones. But really happy with how they fit. Doesn't seem to be a lot, if not any, scrubbing at the minute. So yeah, I think they fit pretty well. I think they suit the car pretty well. Looking forward to getting the lift kit on there as well. So the next job, just to finish off for tonight, is to get that light bar on the front, get the lights bolted on. Like I said, they're not going to get wired up, but if we get them bolted on, it should look something like for now. So absolutely sweating, it's red hot, but we're just gonna finish that off, call it a night.
Solid.
Oh no. Oh no. So the light bar is on. The wires are wrapped up, tie wrapped out of the way. Just need to get the 3D printed caps done for the end of there. But really happy with what we've done tonight. I think even with pretty simple mods, wheels, tyres and a light bar, it's already turned from what I'd consider a bit of a grandad car to now something that looks pretty cool, pretty proud to be driving around in. And yeah, really happy. So stay tuned for the rest of this video where we're going to be fitting more modifications such as the lift kit and the ditch lights and maybe some others. Hang on.
Oh.
That didn't work, did it?
Oh no.
Oh no, you're doing pickle.
Fucking hell.
Making bubbles.
Right.
Still not worked. So moral of this story is don't watch videos on TikTok and expect them to work. So quick update on the TikTok dent fix. As you can see, it has got some of the dent out, which is a bonus, but this wing has previously been painted and I don't think that's helped at all, because now we've got some lifting of the paint, which is not good. So is it better than before? I'm not sure. I reckon if we didn't have this, I could get another blob of glue on there and pull that out, and then I do think personally if I could get that one out it would look a lot better than it did before, but with the damage it's done to the paint, yeah. Should you listen to TikTok hacks? I think my advice is do it at your own discretion, because to a certain extent it has worked, but it's also not worked. So yeah, live and learn. So back on my own personal Touareg, there's just a few days left before Parkwood and still plenty to do. The reason why we get it in the workshop today is for these. These are 2-inch spacers for the rear, 2-inch strut extenders as well. So at the minute I have only got the rear, the fronts are not here, but I'm going to get it on the ramp tonight, make a start on those. We've got some new springs to go on the back as well, and yeah, hopefully by the end of tonight the rear will be a few inches higher, or a couple of inches higher, depending on how much is broke off the rear coil spring. Yeah, I might even get some wheel spacers on the back, but we'll see. We'll see how far we get along with these rear spacers. I'm hoping they're not going to be too difficult to fit, but you never know with these older off-road cars. Bolts can be seized and yeah, things can take a lot longer than you anticipate. So let's not mess about, let's get in the workshop, crack on. So as I mentioned, a couple of broken springs which got brought up first time I looked at it. So that's coil number 1 snapped. Coil number 2 snapped. There's also one on the front as well, but we'll get to that when we do the front lift kit. So the top of the rear shockers are held in by these 4 bolts, 2 there. In order to access this one a little bit easier, I'm just going to take this trim off either side.
What's he done? Has it him on head?
Oh, why weren't camera facing other way? What you done, Rob? Is that a side tip just landed on you?
Oh, it's fucking hell, it's fucking... Oh, it's alright. It's like all these tunes with things, aren't you? Can't believe it.
Tight, that one. So closer look at the snap spring on the passenger side. Just wiggling around where it shouldn't be, so time to change them. And then snap spring number 2 on the driver's side, again not looking good, so let's get those springs changed first. So now we've got the rear strut disassembled. You can see that we've lost pretty much a full coil on that, so they can go in the bin. Nice new replacement spring, and then we've got this lift kit which neatly fits in there. That goes on there. So then basically we just reassemble it, same as before. Oh, sorry. And then this we've got to go on there as well with some Loctite to extend the strut. Time it is. What a night that has been, and well, we've only done the back, but I think it looks pretty good already. What do you think? I think it'll look a lot better when the front's matching, but yeah, nice big arch gap now. Definitely gonna need some spacers for the back. They seem to get lost that little bit more now the lift kit's on. But yeah, just the front to do now. Hopefully that is a bit easier than the rear. But Knowing my luck, it's probably not. So we'll crack on with that tomorrow, I suppose. So, different day, different ramp, different parts to fit. So, we have got new bottom arms because the current ones on the car are hanging art, as we say in Yorkshire. These are 2-inch spacers for the front, rear silencer delete if we've got time today, and new springs for the front as well because I believe one of them is also snapped. So, I don't want to be here until 11 o'clock tonight again. So I'm just going to crack straight on with these. Hopefully it goes a little bit smoother than it did yesterday. Fingers crossed. Sorry, Rob. Oh. Why aren't you coming out? What a job this has been so far. So 3 out of 4 snap springs ready for the bin. This is the bottom arm that's hanging out. Yeah, that's seen better days, that can go in bin. Every single one of these inner drive shaft bolts had lost the splines, so I've had to remove them with the extraction tool. Very time consuming and mind-numbingly boring. And then what's even more annoying is a slight oversight that we've made on the front lift kit. So when doing this on that Touareg, which has got air suspension, the top mount is built onto the bag, and you can extract these screws, these studs, and there's a thread inside this body. But with the coil suspension, which we didn't know at the time, is these studs can't be extracted. So as you can see, these are actually pressed in from the underside, which means we can't just put that on top of there and bolt it on with longer bolts, which is rather annoying when the car is currently in that state at 10:30, which means we've got to go back to the drawing board with these and either use countersink bolts from the inside on that and then bolt it from the top, or we're going to have to machine these down so you can get a nut on top, put the nut on, and then 3 more holes in here to either put a bolt in from the top or insert some studs that will come out under the bonnet and then bolt it on. So there's not really much I can do tonight without sorting these spacers out. rather annoying, deflating, but this is development. It doesn't always go right. We've made an oversight, but we'll fix it. And it means when you purchase this kit, you're not going to have the same problem and you're going to be able to bolt it on as it should be, which is why we do development work on the Zone vehicles. So I get to have all the fun instead of you. So tomorrow's job currently looks like this. We've still got the brand new bottom arms to fit. We've got the new springs to go on. We've still got the sides to delete. And like I said, we need to sort out these lift kits. So yeah, see you tomorrow. Right, night number 3 on my own Touareg. One good thing, our new towing points. That's what they look like off the car to replace the bolt that was holding it in before. So at the minute, we haven't tested these strength-wise, so we're going to be using these with caution for light recoveries and towing. If this gets very stuck, then it's probably not a good idea to use these. We'll probably revert back to the standard towing eyes because they are rated quite highly. Can't remember exactly what they're rated to, but we'll try and find that and put that in the video. But the main job for tonight is to get the front suspension back on and it driving. We now have spacers fitted to the top of the suspension, new springs on there, so fingers crossed these can literally get slotted up, bolted in, drive shafts all in, put it all back together, get the exhaust on, and that'll be it. Hopefully it's done then. No more dramas, but knowing this car, something else is going to go wrong. So you might as well stick around and see what that is. We've got the maintenance side of things out of the way. Got the bottom arm on, got the drive shaft half in at the minute. So it is now time to get the suspension back in. So if you didn't have to change the bottom arms, you can just undo this top bolt, undo the bottom one, the bottom of the strut, and then that gives you enough room to basically pull everything out from top. Just be careful, you've got the ABS sensor wiring and the brake pad wear sensor wiring, and then on this side you've also got the brake line as well, so just be careful with that. So let's get the strutting. Finally, the Touareg is done. It is lifted. I think it looks pretty cool now. Really happy with how it sits. Took it out for a quick test drive. We have got a little bit of a CV knock on the roundabouts when going a little bit fast and accelerating hard. So the next thing on the list for this is a subframe drop. That'll bring down the bottom arms, help with the CV angles. And yeah, hopefully that should be it sorted. So really happy that it's going to be making Parkwood this weekend. The Evans have just opened, which is not ideal when we're just about to set off and set up camp. But hopefully it's a good weekend. With how much chaos has been going off over the last few days, I've no idea if the Parkwood video is going to go out before this, if it's going to go after this. But make sure you subscribe to the channel, and whether it's before or after, you'll get notification that it's gone live. So thanks again for watching. I'm finally going to enjoy a beer tonight and get my feet up. Probably going to sleep very well in that tent as well. So see you in the next one.